So you're gifted. You're a gifted speaker. You're an author. You're a peak performance coach. You're involved with youth program, and I heard in helping kids even in Chicago to get a chance to go to college.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing, Kevin.
Thank
Tell
you.
us a little bit more about that, because not everybody has the possibility. Not everybody has money. Not everybody has, have the money to go to college.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's been Lilou, a part of my commitment, if you will, to prove that these principles that I teach and coach about and give workshops and seminars about can work for the most unlikely or the most unthinkable person. You know, I want to eliminate the excuses. That's another thing about the designer life. It's a no excuse life. No matter what your background is, no matter your sex, your education, I teach and believe that if you can work with a simple set of principles, I don't care where you're from, you can do this. And so this is what got me down the path of working with students in Chicago's Cabrini Green. Now, if you know anything about Cabrini, if you've lived here, you know that Cabrini Green is one of the, well, it was, because now it's torn down, but it was one of the most notorious inner city housing projects in the country. In fact, at that time, it was the second largest on earth. And wow. I worked with an elementary school here, Sojourner Truth Elementary School, working with 3rd and 4th, 5th and 6th graders. And what I would do is take them from their environment and fly them to spend a weekend, what I call a weekend of empowerment, on the college campus with me. And I started this as a college student. So don't tell me you have to become something great in order to get started. As Dr.
That's a big
we feel like we've got to arrive to get started. No. As Dr. King said, everybody can be great because anybody can serve. You only need a heart full of love and a soul generated by grace. And so this is what led me down this path. And so when we fast forward, we got these kids, we flew them from Chicago, we took them to Atlanta where I was in college, and we unloaded on them mentors and opportunities for exposure and different levels. Well, to make a long story short, I've got children now who started there who are graduates from college, who are gone on into graduate school now and have begun their professions. And they were considered the least, the last, and the forgotten, and they're doing great things today.
So how old are you, Kevin? You started younger.
Yeah, you gotta get
hiding your wrinkles with something.
Huh?
Did you started really young, or are you hiding your wrinkles with something?
Well, you know, I
you did all those things.
You're not the only one who uses a little Lady Clairol. No.
Or like Les Brown, a little bit of mascara to hide the white hair.
Right. No, but that's the point. You know, for me, it was getting started early. You know, for another, it doesn't matter where you start. The point is get started. Get started. One foot in front of the other. No excuse.
Because it's easy to find the education, the money, the background, the whatever excuse. Just look into yourself, look in your heart.
Yes. Purpose draws out all of those other things. Yeah. It draws out money.
It's much more powerful.
Yes, it draws out people. It draws out support. People love to surround a purpose. Yeah. But where that's void, you know, there's nothing really to magnetize. Yeah. You can't stick with it, you know, for long.
And it's exciting to be around a person that is on purpose and is speaking positively of something. You want to gravitate around those people, and then you even want to help, and that's how you bring along the team, the force, and then you can. Because the light in you ignites the light in others. You know, if you're on fire, if you've got a passion and a direction in life, you will actually draw out that in other people. And that's why it seems like, wow, just yesterday you were just getting started. Now you have a national television show. Well, you are enthusing people with what it is you're doing. People want to jump on board when you have something worthwhile to jump on board with. And it has an effect on their own life. Yes, absolutely. And as a result of that program I was telling you about, many of my volunteers went back to college. Today, now we have a national program called Teen Dream Camp. So we continued that program. It's been going on for years now. And we've got other people who started other programs and went back and got their educations, just as a result of being around it, because it has its own power. It has its own magnificence. Wow. Was there a shift point for you, like between the moment, because I knew you grew up from a humble, background, and what was the shift? Is there something that really triggers you, or you always felt that way?
Well, for me, to be honest with you, I was exposed to some of the greats early on. I mean, the great minds, the Napoleon Hills, the Zig Ziglars of the world, literally growing up.
Why did you go to that? Why did you even were drawn towards those books?
No, I met these people growing
up. You met these people?
Yeah, I got a chance to meet a lot.
Way.
Yeah, yeah, all of those. When I was growing up, I grew up in a church where the philosophy was very like unto the people that you've mentioned as some of your mentors. So I saw all of these people growing up. So this was my mindset. But what really kicked it off for me was seeing Les Brown for the first time. And as a kid, I saw Dr. King, but I never actually met Dr. King growing up. I heard his tapes and all of that, and I loved him. I had pictures of him in my room when I was growing up. But to have met Les Brown in person and to see him electrify people on stage, I looked and said, that's what I want to do. I want to do just what he's doing. I want to have that impact on people. And that's what shifted for me. And as a result, I started speaking at the age of 14 years old.
Wow.
And even earlier, I was speaking, but I started putting myself out there, if you know what I mean, really asking for opportunities to speak in front of large audiences or any audience at that time,
Because that's another point, right? You have to ask for it.
Yes.
And most of the time we feel like we don't deserve it or we shouldn't ask for.
Now, this is so critical, Lilou, and especially to your viewers, we under-have because we under-ask. You want to know what separates the haves from the have-nots? Asking. It's a simple and very, very basic principle. I'm here doing this show with you because you asked me to. There are people around the world who are moving forward in their careers because they asked for a mentor. They asked for the financing to get their business started. They asked for great ideas. They asked for support. They asked people to be on their team. So it's not that people are withholding something from you, okay? Nothing is being withheld from you. It's just the distinction between those who are willing to ask and those who are not. There's the fear of rejection.
Yeah,
like you were leading toward. Yeah, we are afraid to be rejected, and so once out, we'll ask, and then someone will say no, and then, as my mentor Jack Canfield says, turn every no into next. Use the
easy said, huh?
Yeah. But that's the thing. That if you. It's not, you don't have to be successful. Here's the thing, people, you don't have to be successful. But if you want to be successful, you'll learn what the successful folks do. And we turn every no into next. And we allow rejection to be a process that develops us.